going to make an analogy here, and this could get us canceled. Raj Grover right now is presented with an option. He can rather, in front of him, he has the school slut. Okay, she slept with half of the school. That's the United States right now. If he wants to get with that, it's not going to be very accretive to his lifestyle. Raj Grover is saying no. It may feel good for 15 minutes. I'm not going to do it though. He has said repeatedly, like, we're not going to go in the United States if it's not going to be accretive for the business. I think I can really respect that. In my elevator pitch, you need to, if you're an actual investor and you can kind of get your emotions away from the stock price, I think this is an obvious opportunity. I think if you can find if you can kind of see through the discount that there's always going to naturally be with a kind of a sin stock cannabis play like this, there's always going to be a negative stigma around it. You look at the business model, it's already proven. I think it just makes sense.
All right, you ready for me?
I'm ready.
So for me, I like maybe a week ago I was at work and one of my coworkers asked me, what type of investor are you? And I was like, oh, I'm a value investor. And he's like, okay, yeah, I know there's a bunch of types of value investors. What kind of value investor are you? And I was like, oh, well, and without even thinking, because I could have given him, all small cap, all that stuff. I gave him I mostly just pay attention to incentives speech about how and many shareholders have heard this. If your incentives are in alignment with management's incentives, that's fantastic. That means management is on your side. The decisions that they're making are decisions that you would have made, those sorts of things. What happens when the customer's incentives are also in alignment with management's incentives? That's where we're at. We have this sort of like unwritten contract where Raj has loudly promised the best selection at the best prices. And as long as the company can fulfill their end of that contract, they have like this Costco contract thing going on where people want to be there, right? People know the deals are great. People want to buy into that. And every time you show up and you get a good deal, it reinforces this psychologically. So revenue is very sticky. Not only are they financially incentivized to come back, customers are psychologically incentivized to come back. This is also why Warren Buffett and Charlie loved See's Candy, because See's Candy, every time you get the candy, you have this positive emotional experience tied to the chocolates, right? So ignore the fact that this is they're selling a mood enhancer, right? Ignore that, right? They're selling a mood enhancer at a discount. And they're doing it like in a high-end, clean environment where you feel safe and the stores are nice and stuff like that. So incentives, right? The stores and the company's incentives are in alignment with not just shareholders' incentives, but with customers' incentives. And that is extremely powerful. And that I believe is why the company repeatedly beats analyst estimates, because analysts look at numbers. They don't look at incentives.